Welcome back, my friend, to another exciting training by your friend Jim here. Okay, so all kidding aside, this particular piece that you're looking at, you should have gotten the PDF file with this. The game plan finish to start. The reason for this document and for this video is because new or old, experienced or not experienced, this is a whole new deal. Doing things this way, the simple way, the authentic way, the way that people really wish everything was happening and being done, like just really straightforward. But in order to get there, we decided we needed to reverse engineer what the end product is that we're even after. By definition, then it means we have to actually define the end product that we're trying to create by doing anything with this, right? Very helpful. So on the sheet, the finish from start to finish, no, from finish to start, the finish is somebody, as you see on the document, enrolled in your Life Plus business. But that doesn't stop there. Who is building their own life style? They're in it because they want the same thing you do, to own their life and create a lifestyle that reflects the fact that they own and how much ownership they have in their life, right? Just like you. And they're buying product that they can use in their daily life, realizing that they are covering their overhead in their business with 40 IP international points, up to 150 points if you're like a gold or a diamond. Anyway, it doesn't matter. And then they are also duplicating what happened to them to enroll. That's the finished product. That, my friends, is what you want to accomplish when you're done. And can somebody get there any number of ways, like because they're really interested in the business, really interested in the product, really interested in something? They can, but if you start their focus with owning their life, it will encompass everything, products and all. Trust us on that. So don't change that. All right. Now, what triggered that event? So you see it's trigger event for this step. Well, now we're going to reverse engineer back one click. Looking things over. Well, that's the stage where this is somebody you sent your Life Plus site to. Notice it's the last thing that happens before they sign up, and it's not the first thing that happens in the start. Like, well, the first thing you do is you send them to your website so they can see what you got. Nope, that's not how you own your life. That's not how we do it. So let's look at this. This is somebody that you sent your Life Plus site to. Now they can see the product categories. Were they interested in product before this? No, not really. They may have asked, and actually at the stage where they might have said, well, so what kind of stuff you got in this thing that's going to be my business that I'm going to cover my overhead in? And how did they know all that? Well, we're going to get to that because it's the trigger step to this one. Anyway, um, and they've been told what you use. What are you using, and share that story. They know that this is how overhead of their new business is covered with 40 IP to start with. That's all it takes to start. $50 roughly. Less actually. Anyway, and they know that they can sponsor a family member under one of their first levels for 25% off all their purchases. Just buy it through that second level position. Does that make sense? If you didn't know that, now you do. You can sponsor somebody into your business underneath your first level. And the way you do that is you literally give that person to your first level person. They become their personal. The relationship between you and them is all that matters. But the fact that you've done that means you now get paid 25% of their IP on every purchase they ever make. So it's kind of a smart move. And we let you do that. All right. They know then that they can do that. And plus they can't join without you having given them this step, that your site. And they bring with them one or more potential own your lifers too, right? Exactly. So, all right, reverse engineering from the finished product. How'd we get that? How'd we create that? Well, that got created when you sent this person your site and they signed up. What's the trigger event for that step? Own Your Life video. There they get to be opened up to seeing Your Life Plus site. That's the end result. And it made them tune in to the areas of their life that they want to own. They also got to see in the video, it talks about what stops you from owning your life now. And they've seen what doesn't work. They've seen what does work, the system, the business, the leveraged idea, the concept of a business, leveraged income idea, duplicating. They saw that they can afford it, $50, come on, and it's something that they can do. 3 steps, 15 minutes a day. They saw all that on that video, which is why then they said, hey, what kind of stuff has your company got? But what triggered them seeing the video? We're reverse engineering, remember? And now I'm going to drop this down as far as I can. There we go. Okay, so we can see the whole page. Well, the trigger event for seeing the video was the 45-second presentation, meaning the what we think Own Your Life means talk that came after the question. Because once they heard what owning your life means to you, and it's going to mean to them the same thing, this is something I want, then they said, so how does this work? And you said, here's the video. See how they tie together? Literally, they're linked. There's no thinking involved. It's just step 1, do this, step 2, do that. So let's go back to step 2, which is the trigger event for that 45-second presentation. What was that? Well, the question you asked. Have you ever given thought to what it would be like to own your life? And they've either got a yes, a what do you mean, or a no, I'm happy. So either way, you could say, well, let me ask you a question, right? Have you ever given thought to owning your life? What? And on away you go. So all that's total no-brainer. Just learn them, right? Okay, you will. Here's the biggie, my friend. This is where the consistency chain comes in. Because until you can ask the question, you have not started the cart down the automatic pull and play roll. You got to somehow get to where you can ask the question. So the trigger comment or question that opens the situation to you asking the question. Number 1, easy peasy, is, can I ask you a question? How many times could you ask that? I mean, literally, as many as you want. In any situation, can I ask you a question? Hey, that's number 1. But how did you get into that position? Well, you have to reach out somehow. So, text, email, engaging people a little bit, whether you know them or whether you don't know them, or you know them well or not. You can always engage, just be a little friendly, right? And if you have 2 or 3 little exchanges in that little friendly moment, you can ask the question, which is, can I ask you a question? That starts everything. When you get really good, master it. Just think of mastering that one skill. Because everything else is, well, scripted, like pretty tightly, you know. How many ways can you say, have you ever given thought to, or have you ever considered what it would be like to own your life? Boom. And when you let into that with, hey, can I ask you a question? Sure. Have you ever given thought to what it would be like to own your life? Really? Makes you think, doesn't it? And that's the point. Because then their very next move is, what do you mean? Or yes. Or no. Does it matter which one of the 3 they say for you to say, well, here's what owning your life means to us? See how automatic that is. And then you say that 45-second talk in pretty close language to what it is. It doesn't have to be word for word literal, no. Well, once they've heard what it means, doesn't it make sense that they're going to be like, well, I mean, how does that work? Right? Or what you selling? Or it wouldn't would it really matter what they say if you said, hey, look, I got a short video that explains all of it. Would you like that link? Ta-da. In fact, I should put that in the document. But now you heard it here. Okay? So everything literally is automated in a start stop motion from here's the link, watch the video. The only part that's really kind of open to whatever is that little trigger moment where you could say, can I ask you a question? Master that, my friends. You've mastered this business because anybody can duplicate that, right? Okay, that's it. Jim signing off. See you on the next one down the road. Bye for now.